My name is Evelyn Hayes. I'm 31. For 12 years, I've driven the same unremarkable Honda Civic while quietly building a $75 million global software solutions empire. Most people, including my status-obsessed family, have no idea. Tonight is our annual Thanksgiving dinner, a ritual where I brace for judgmental comments about my ordinary appearance and perceived lack of ambition. I believe in surrounding myself with people who value me, not my bank account. But sometimes, worlds collide satisfyingly. If you've navigated judgmental relatives, I'd love to know where you're watching from. Drop your location. Hit like and subscribe for more stories about standing your ground. I grew up in an affluent Connecticut suburb. From outside idyllic perfection, luxury cars, country club memberships, European ski trips, inside, genuine warmth was scarce. My parents, Eleanor and Richard Hayes, measured everything by its price tag, including, it felt, their children's worth. Dinner conversations revolved around acquisitions, promotions, stock portfolios. My father, a finance exec, would return, barely acknowledge me, then monologue about multi-million-dollar deals. My mother, a social whirlwind, spent more time chairing galas than attending my school plays. Success in the Hayes family, visible wealth, prestigious connections, unassailable social standing. At 12, I discovered coding. My math teacher, Mrs. Albright, noticed my aptitude for logical thinking and suggested an after-school computer club. The first time I wrote a simple program and watched it execute, something clicked. Here, results, elegant solutions, and merit mattered more than designer labels. I was hooked, by high school. While peers focused on college applications and prom, I developed custom software for local businesses. My parents pushed for appropriate activities. Technology is for the hired help, Evelyn, my mother would say. Focus on debate club or junior league to meet the right kind of young men. College application season, a full scholarship to MIT for computer science. My parents were horrified. Harvard Business School is the only acceptable option, my father insisted. Anything else is unthinkable. He threatened to withhold financial support. I chose MIT, moving into a Spartan dorm with my laptop and fierce determination. Sophomore year, fueled by lukewarm coffee and grit, I built the prototype for Innovatech Solutions. I'd noticed small businesses struggling to compete digitally. My platform aimed to level the playing field, giving them sophisticated tech advantages affordably. A perceptive professor, Dr. Eris Thorne, saw the potential and connected me with an angel investor. Innovatech launched with 20 Boston businesses. 6 months later, over 500 across New England. By graduation, we secured Series A funding and expanded nationally. The Series B funding round exploded. A Silicon Valley VC firm valued Innovatech at over $100 million. My stake made me wealthy beyond my family's comprehension. And I told almost no one. Not deception, but a conscious choice. I'd seen how wealth can distort relationships. I bought a comfortable, unpretentious house, kept my Honda, wore quality, not flashy, clothes. I craved people who cared about me, not my net worth. Only my executive assistant, Jessica, and a small circle of friends knew. Jessica, with me since the early days, understood my values and guarded my privacy, though she teased me about living like a grad student. Preparing for Thanksgiving at my parents', I debated attending. Last year was brutal. Cousin Mark condescendingly described his new Mercedes, peppering me with questions about my little website thingy. Aunt Carol suggested her husband could find a place for me in his insurance firm, since my little startup was obviously struggling. My parents watched with disappointment and social embarrassment. Devastatingly clever responses locked and loaded, Jessica suggested on our morning call. Or drop the truth bomb and watch their heads explode. I laughed. Not looking for a soap opera confrontation. Jess, just want to get through dinner without feeling 16 and a disappointment. I chose dark wash jeans, a cashmere sweater, minimal jewelry, professional enough, but not signaling my status. My internal pep talk. You are successful. Their opinions don't define you. A stubborn part of me hoped someday my family might see beyond material success, ask about my passion, or simply accept me. This hope kept me attending. The contrast with my friendships was stark. At Innovatech, I built a team on shared values. Most employees didn't know I was the founder. I worked alongside them as a senior developer. These authentic connections nourished me. My dating life followed a cautious pattern. Early on, openness about my success attracted men interested in my company's valuation. Discretion led to more genuine connections. Recently, I'd started seeing Michael, a high school history teacher who admired my entrepreneurial spirit but had no idea of my success's scale. Our conversations centered on ideas, not possessions. One last glance in the mirror. I grabbed my keys. I could have taken the company Tesla, a concession to Jessica's nagging. Instead, my trusted Honda. Some battles weren't worth fighting. Turning onto my parents' street, my stomach tightened. Each mansion, a monument to affluence. My parents' colonial monstrosity loomed, judging me. I pulled up behind luxury vehicles, Mark's Porsche, Aunt Carol's Mercedes, Dad's Jaguar, the valet, Stevens, approached my Civic with his usual pity and confusion. "Good evening, Miss Evelyn." "Hi, Stevens. How's your granddaughter at university?" His surprise was palpable. "Exceptionally well, Miss Evelyn, thank you." "Dean's List last semester." "Wonderful. Computer science. Right. Tell her to send her resume. We're always looking for bright talent at Innovatech." Stevens smiled genuinely. I faced the front door, finger hovering over the doorbell, mentally donning emotional armor. The door swung open. My mother, Eleanor, in a designer ensemble, air-kissed me. "Evelyn, darling, you've finally arrived. Everyone's here." The emphasis on finally was classic Eleanor. I stepped into the grand foyer, scent of expensive perfume and disapproval heavy. Dad glanced up from conversation with Uncle James, a cursory nod. Cousin Olivia nudged her husband, Mark. They exchanged a knowing look. Olivia, recently engaged to a wealthy hedge fund manager, her third engagement, likely the first to reach the altar, due to his bank account. "Evelyn, darling, is that the same sweater you wore to Christmas 2 years ago?" Olivia asked, voice carrying. "Good memory, Olivia. It's comfortable." "Well made. Wouldn't you say economical, I suppose?" she retorted, as if it were a disease. Aunt Carol, champagne in hand, scanned me. "Put on a little weight, haven't you? Dear suits you." We were quite concerned. I hadn't gained an ounce. Her standard opening gambit. "Thanks for your concern, Aunt Carol. Focusing on health, not weight." "Oh, sensible. And how is your little computer business? Dear, still afloat?" "Doing very well, thank you." Uncle James joined us. "Evelyn, my golf partner's son works at Google. Might give you pointers about what is it you do?" "I run a software technology platform, Uncle James. We help small businesses compete digitally." "Right, websites and such." He nodded dismissively. "Anyway, this young man, Stanford, started at $200,000. Of course, he went to Stanford. Not, where did you go?" "One of those technical schools, MIT, Uncle James." "Ah, yes, MIT, the technical school." In the formal living room, I was seated between Mark and Patricia, my mother's friend, who relentlessly tried to set me up with her unemployed son. "Still driving that old car, Evelyn?" Mark asked loudly. "Lifespan of 10 years. Max, yours must be on its last legs." 12 years, Mark. Running perfectly. Hondas are reliable." Mom laughed nervously. "Evelyn is being practical. While she finds herself, not everyone is cut out for real business," Dad added from across the room. "Some need time to find their path, or accept limitations." I maintained composure. "Grandma Sophia." 85, the only one who saw beyond the surface, gave a supportive nod. Excusing myself to the powder room, I leaned against the marble, exhaled shakily, and texted Jessica. Usual charming parade of insults. Send reinforcements, or wine. Her response. Remember, Ev, you could buy and sell that entire room. Their opinion, irrelevant. Call if you need a creatively staged emergency exit. I smiled, squared my shoulders, and returned. The dining room gleamed. The mahogany table groaned under crystal and silver. Place cards strategically positioned each guest. I was across from Mark, diagonally from Aunt Carol. Lobster bisque served. Cousin Jason, back from Aspen, dominated. Chalet listed at 4.2 million. Got it for 3.8. 4,000 square feet. Ski in, ski out. Master bath with heated marble floors. Oohs and ahs. I focused on my soup. I'd recently anonymously donated $3 million for a tech center in an underserved Boston neighborhood. Not an accomplishment here. Aunt Linda boasted of her appointment to the Boston Memorial Hospital Board. Significant commitment, but giving back is so important. The position was ceremonial, secured through her husband's connections. Dad cleared his throat. Eleanor and I have decided it's time for an upgrade. Purchased a 60-foot yacht, Sunseeker Manhattan 65, delivered from Monaco in May. Admiration and envy. Spotlight on me. Evelyn, darling, Dad said. Anything new and exciting, Mark interjected. Still coding. Evelyn, making those little website thingies. Actually, Mark, Innovatech expanded significantly. Our platform serves over 10,000 businesses. And we've recently... Oh, Evelyn, did you hear about Olivia's engagement? Mom interrupted. Kenneth proposed at Le Bernardin 3-carat, flawless diamond Olivia. Show your ring. Olivia beamed, thrusting her hand forward. Custom Tiffany setting. Kenneth knows I deserve the best. Speaking of deserving, Aunt Carol said, Evelyn, when are you finding a nice, suitable young man 30 is approaching quickly? 31, Aunt Carol. Exactly, good ones get snapped up. My Williams firm hired a brilliant young attorney. Harvard Law, impeccable family money. Single, I could introduce you. Thank you, Aunt Carol, but I'm seeing someone. Oh, Mom perked up. Who is he? What does he do? Suitable. Michael. A high school history teacher. Profound silence. Dad frowned. Aunt Carol and Mom exchanged horrified looks. A teacher. Mom stammered. Well, how dedicated. Teachers are important, Olivia added. Voice saccharine. Someone has to educate the help. I set down my fork. Michael has a PhD in European history from Yale. Olivia. He chose teaching because he believes in making history engaging. Noble, I'm sure, Dad said dismissively. But one can't raise a family on nobility. I bit back that I could financially support 10 families. He's exceptionally good at what he does, and he loves it. During the main course, I overheard Mom and Aunt Linda. Evelyn is still rebellious, Mom said. All that brilliance wasted on this peculiar computer hobby. Richard is at his wit's end. Tried introducing her to the Caldwell boy, Aunt Linda suggested. Young Andrew. His father could give her a real job at his investment firm. Tried everything. So embarrassing when people ask what she's doing. Don't know where we went wrong. The conversation, a physical blow. I'd known they were disappointed. Hearing it so callously made it viscerally concrete. Memories surfaced 7th grade science fair win overshadowed by Mark's soccer trophy, MIT graduation, summa cum laude, Dad questioning my major, not congratulating, first software launch, parents left early for a cocktail party. Nothing I achieved was enough if it didn't fit their definition of success. Grandma Sophia patted my hand. They see what they want, darling. I see you. Her quiet kindness nearly broke me. Young cousin Lily, 16, leaned over. What you do sounds really cool. Evelyn, taking a coding class. It's hard, but I like it. Wonderful. Lily, if you need help, call me. Her face lit up. Uncle David, Mom's black sheep brother, a philosophy professor, raised his glass in a silent toast. These moments of connection provided respite. I questioned why I maintained this charade. I could end it now, prove them wrong, watch their assumptions crumble. Tempting. Yet, something held me back. Revealing my success wouldn't change them, wouldn't magically fix our fractured relationships. It might shift their interest from condescension to exploitation, and I believed in being valued for who I was, not what I owned. Walking away from that felt like surrendering something essential. So, I endured. Dessert arrived, chocolate lava cake, creme brulee, crystal glasses filled with expensive amber liquid. Mark, flushed with wine, leaned across the table. Evelyn, seriously, tired of blending in that sweater. Macy's still driving that ancient economy car. Don't you aspire to more? I like my clothes. Mark, my car gets me where I need to go. But don't you want more? He pressed, gesturing around the opulent room. This is how successful people live, not like, you know, some people. Aunt Carol set down her spoon. Speaking of success, Evelyn, dear, my Williams firm has administrative openings, stable, respectable. With benefits, I'd be happy to put in a good word. Mom interjected. Evelyn is still figuring things out. She has that website business. Innovatech Solutions is an advanced software development platform. Mother, I corrected quietly. Yes, that. Just taking longer to gain traction. Olivia, feeling overshadowed, reached for the wine bottle. As she passed it, her arm made a theatrical movement, splashing red wine on my sweater. Oh, Evelyn, so clumsy and on your... Nice. What is that? A cotton blend. Mark snickered. Time for a wardrobe upgrade. Ev, some people peak in high school. The table, except Grandma Sophia and Lily, erupted in laughter. The cumulative weight of the evening's slights pressed down. Tears threatened. I refused to give them the satisfaction. In that moment, I faced a choice: stoic silence, or finally stand up for myself. The silence stretched. Then, my phone rang. Jessica. So sorry, I said, preparing to step away. Might be important. Really, Evelyn during dessert. Mom scolded. Reception is spotty. I'll put it on speakerphone. Before objections, I answered. Hello, Jessica. Jessica's crisp voice filled the room. Miss Hayes, apologies for interrupting. Your private jet is fueled for your Aero 800 departure to Tokyo. Executive team assembled. Contract documents for the $50 million Omnicorp Asia acquisition await your signature. Absolute silence. I kept my expression neutral. Also, Miss Hayes, CEO of Tech Vision, called about your lunch, eager to finalize the global strategic partnership, and the Hayes Foundation Board approved your proposal for the new $15 million Technology and Innovation Education Center in Boston. Dad's coffee cup froze. Mom's nervous laugh died. Mark's mouth hung open. Jessica continued seamlessly. One last thing. The new custom-configured Tesla Model S Plaid, delivery to Cambridge or Nantucket, bespoke interior options completed ahead of schedule. Thank you, Jessica. Deliver to the main house. Inform Tokyo team I'll review Omnicorp documents tonight. Notes by 0600. Certainly, Miss Hayes. I ended the call. Silence. Every eye on me: shock, disbelief, confusion, dawning calculation. I allowed the silence to stretch. Suppose I should clarify a few things. The website business, I continued, is Innovatech Solutions, valued, conservatively, at over $300 million. I am founder and CEO. Dad's face transformed. Innovatech Solutions, featured in Forbes, developed the new AI logistics platform. The very same, expecting $500 million valuation after next funding round. But you never said, Mom stammered. social poise deserting her. Told you exactly what I do. Mother, at every gathering for 8 years. You just never listened. I faced Mark. And yes, I still drive that ancient economy car. Could buy a fleet of Porsches. Choose not to. Car serves its purpose. I, unlike some, don't measure self-worth by my vehicle's badge. Mark flushed crimson. Just kidding. Ev, he mumbled. Were you, Mark, like you just kidded at my MIT graduation, saying computer science was a dead-end career? I turned to Aunt Carol. Thank you for the administrative position offer. Aunt Carol, I currently employ over 200 engineers, scientists, project managers. Appreciate you thinking of me. Her mouth opened and closed silently. I turned to Dad. In 8 years, you've never visited our headquarters, 20 minutes from your office, invited you to every product launch, milestone, always too busy. His defensiveness returned. Didn't realize it was serious. Evelyn. You always downplayed it, described it accurately. Dad, you chose to hear what fit your preconceived notions. To Mom, 6 months ago, you asked what I was doing with my life. Told you Innovatech closed a major international investment round. You changed the subject to Olivia's new country club membership. Didn't understand the technical jargon. Darling. Not a technical statement. Mom. A statement about significant business success. Success you'd normally celebrate. Just not for me. I surveyed the table. Never lied about what I do. Haven't flaunted success because it changes how people treat you. Wanted authentic relationships. Dad leaned forward, keen interest. Evelyn, remarkable. You should have told us, with your acumen, our connections, we could exponentially grow your company. Our latest product, Dad, helps small businesses compete against predatory practices your firm specializes in. Not sure our philosophies align. Discussed, darling. Negotiated. Important thing is, you're a true Hayes, a success. We should integrate Innovatech into the family portfolio. Synergies. I shook my head. Not happening, Dad. Innovatech remains fiercely independent. Always believed in you. Evelyn, Mom interjected, dazzling smile back. Told friends for years how proud we are of your entrepreneurial spirit. The attempt to rewrite history confirmed the wisdom of my discretion. Built this company, Mother, Dad, without family connections, funding, support. Our success comes from technology that empowers, helped thousands of small businesses thrive. Our foundation provides tech education in excluded communities. Mark leaned forward. Ev, working on a new business plan, revolutionary, love to pitch it, get your opinion, maybe seed funding. Aunt Carol's eyes gleamed. Clever strategy. Evelyn keeping success quiet. Shrewd impressive. One by one, they attempted to align with my success. The shift was predictable. Not sharing to impress you or change relationships overnight. Going forward, appreciate honesty. If my choices don't make sense, ask directly. If genuinely interested, engage with what I actually do. Of course, darling, Mom said. We're family. Being family, Mother, means unconditional support, genuine acceptance, celebrating authentic paths, not just ones matching arbitrary notions of success. I turned to Grandma Sophia and Lily. Some of you consistently showed kindness, genuine interest, regardless of my career, finances, or Honda. That means more than you imagine. Grandma Sophia patted my hand. Always knew you were special, child, though even I didn't realize quite how special. Lily beamed. Coolest thing ever, Evelyn. Can I intern next summer? Definitely talk, Lily. To the adults, open to authentic relationships, based on mutual respect, won't pretend, won't measure worth by possessions. Dessert plates cleared. Should head out. Very early call. Protests. Darling, you just got here, Mom insisted. Can't leave now. Evelyn, Dad added, So much to discuss business ventures. Another time, Dad, polite goodbyes, interactions transformed from dismissive to deferential. Relatives pressed business cards into my hand. To Grandma Sophia, sorry I didn't tell you sooner. Nonsense, child, reasons, good ones. Expect a proper visit soon. Tell me everything. Promise. Lily approached. Evelyn really mean it, about interning. Absolutely, Lily. Email tomorrow. Great high school mentorship program. My departure, a flurry. Dad discussed angel investments. Mom suggested lunch dates. Mark clutched a napkin with his revolutionary business concept. Stevens brought my Honda. Collective gasp. Stark contrast, immense wealth, modest vehicle. You still drive this? Mark asked. By choice. Reliable, Mark. I tipped Stevens. Thanks. Don't forget. Granddaughter send resume. Yes. Miss Hayes thrilled. Driving away, I saw my family in the driveway, confusion, realization, recalculation, pressure released. I laughed, a deep, cathartic peal. Pulled over, called Jessica. So spectacular. Spectacularly, Jessica, timing impeccable. Vibrating by the phone. Tell me Mark's face as gobsmacked as imagined. Described the scene. Helpless laughter. Private jet to Tokyo. Nice touch, I conceded. Suppose I'll need to go. Expanding into Asia market. 2 birds, 1 stone. True, remind me, which parts of your performance were real? Omnicorp acquisition slightly inflated, based on StreamTech negotiations. Education center funding $12 million, not 15. No custom Tesla, but perhaps you should. Don't you start. Chatted. Dissected events. Jessica promised Tokyo itinerary. Driving home. Reality sank in. For 8 years, careful separation between professional success and personal life. Boundary dissolved. Consequences, positive and negative. At home, chamomile tea, cozy window seat. House modest, but mine. Chosen every element for joy, not to impress. Bookshelves, photos, local art. Profound appreciation for the life I built. Authentic. As a child, sought parents' approval. Liberation from that need. Gradual. Profound. Professional success part of it. Deeper freedom from recognizing their approval wasn't the prize. Lingering sadness for the relationship wished for. Text from Michael infamous family dinner. Survive smiled. Eventful. They found out about the company. Whoa. Intentional or explosive accident. Sort of. Long story. Call you tomorrow. Definitely. Hope you're okay. Think you're pretty amazing, CEO or not. His message warmed me. Opened laptop. Created trust funds for Grandma Sophia, Lily, Uncle David. They'd never want for anything. Emailed Innovatech team proposal to shift resources to social impact. Emptiness of wealth without purpose. Wry smile. Opened browser to car dealership. Maybe retire the Honda. Not for status. Quiet acknowledgement that change can be liberating. Found a modest hybrid. Perfect balance. Lighter, freer, walls between worlds. Exhausting, more integration, authenticity, new challenges, immense relief. Navigate with core values, authenticity, purpose, integrity, courage to define success on my own terms. 6 months passed. Tokyo trip, productive, liberating, recalibrating relationships. New, slightly larger home, still modest. Hosting informal dinner. Jessica leaned against counter. Sure, I can't help. Ev. Under control. Michael's handling the grill. Michael chatted with Uncle David. Michael adjusted to my status with grace. Only request let him pay for dates occasionally. Grandma Sophia with Lily. Lily, 17. Flourishing in Innovatech internship. Trust fund for college. Unknown to her. Absent parents. Mark. Aunt Carol. Parents. After manipulative attempts to join my business. Retreated to chilly politeness. Mark. after disastrous pitch, disappeared. Aunt Carol sent fawning texts. Doorbell, the Wongs, new neighbors, good friends. Appreciated me for gardening tips, love of detective shows, house filled, authentic gathering, conversations flowed ideas, experiences, interests, dinner. Grandma Sophia toasted to Evelyn, reminded us true wealth isn't what you have, but who you are. To Evelyn, and new beginnings, I added, and authentic connections, dessert. Lily showed her internship project mobile app connecting low-income students with STEM mentors. Thinking about what you said, Evelyn, technology creating access, opportunity. Lily, brilliant, elegant UI, thoughtful functionality. Let's talk to Innovatech team Monday about building this out. Her face lit up. Really become a real thing. With you leading, Lily, absolutely. Evening wound down. Michael found me. Successful night. Better than last Thanksgiving. Speaking of family, he said nervously, parents visiting, love to meet you. Like that very much. Fair warning, simple people. Dad, paper mill. Mom, pediatric nurse. Retirement condo, their fanciest possession. Sound wonderful. Uncomfortable, knowing about, Michael laughed. Mom will ask if you need tax help. Dad, insure car maintained, portfolio diversified. Mostly, want to know if you make their son happy. And do I? More than I ever thought possible. After Michael left, sat on back porch, reflected, healing not linear, worked with therapist, unpacked conditioning, built new friendships, healthier boundaries, integrated complex identity, CEO, friend, vulnerable woman, loving partner, compartmentalizing, exhausting, Innovatech evolved, more vocal about mission, foundation expanded, mentorship program launched, Corolla retired, donated, hybrid in driveway, alongside Michael's Subaru, neither to impress, transported us to what mattered. Stars emerged. True wealth courage to live authentically, loved for who you are. Journey not complete, still slipped into old patterns, but path clearer, brighter, more joyful. True freedom liberation from needing others to validate your worth. Peace of knowing yourself, living in alignment. Thanksgiving, excruciating, was catalyst for this richer, authentic life. Sometimes, walls must tumble for something better. How do you measure success, authenticity, love, to hear your thoughts? If this resonated, like, subscribe, share. True worth isn't others' opinions, but courage and integrity. Thank you. Remember, most valuable thing you own is your authentic self. Cherish it, honor it, live it.